Hi everyone, my name is Gaurav Singh Bish and I am today explaining about virtualization and hypervisor in cloud computing. What is virtualization? Virtualization allows multiple operating systems instead to run concurrently on a single computer. It is a means of separating hardware from a single operating system. Like before, you can see in the image, there's two things before virtualization and after virtualization. So before virtualization, single OS image per machine, software and hardware tightly coupled. Running machine multiple applications on same machine often creates conflict, underutilized resources, inflexible and costly infrastructure. But after virtualization, what happens? Hardware independence operating system and application virtual machine can be provisioned to any system, can manage OS and application as single unit by encapsulating them into virtual machine. Advantages of virtualization: coexistence of operating system on the same machine, protection, operating system research, software testing, runtime debugging, optimization of hardware utilization, job migration, virtual storage, backup and entire operating system, and many more. Type of virtualization: there are three types of virtualization: CPU virtualization, memory virtualization, device and IO virtualization. In which CPU virtualization is distinguished into three more types: full virtualization, para virtualization, and hardware access to virtualization. Full versus para virtualization. Unlike full virtualization, para virtualization involves modifying the OS kernel to replace non-virtualized label instruction with hypercall that communicate directly with the virtualization layer hypervisor. Okay, where you can see that in host computer system hardware, host computer system hardware. Then in ring 0 is VMM, ring 1 is guest OS, ring 2 and ring 3 is a user app. ठीक है, wherein para virtualization involves host computer system hardware, virtualization layer, then ring 0, para virtualization guest OS, then ring 1, ring 2 and ring 3 is the direct execution of user request. So then in second, memory virtualization. Memory virtualization beyond CPU virtualization. This involves sharing the physical system memory and dynamically allocate it to a virtual machine. The operating system keeps mapping of virtual page numbers for physical to physical page numbers stored in a page table. All modern x86 CPU include the memory management unit (MMU) and a translation look-aside buffer to optimize virtual memory performance. Then third is device and IO virtualization. The final component required beyond CPU and memory virtualization is a device and IO virtualization. This involves managing the routing of IO requests and between virtual device and share the physical hardware. The hypervisor virtualizes the physical hardware and present each virtualization machine with a standard set of virtual device as in seen in figure. What is hypervisor? Hypervisor or virtual machine is a piece of computer software, firmware, and hardware that creates and runs virtual machine. A computer on which a hypervisor is running one or more virtual machine is defined as host machine. Each virtual machine is called a guest machine. Types of hypervisor: first is type 1. Type 1 hypervisor is installed directly on a bare metal hardware. It does not require any additional OS. It is the OS, even it is a light or minimal OS. Example: KVM and XEN. Advantages are: system is same, the hypervisor has direct access to the hardware, higher density hardware. Disadvantages are really large VMs are not supported. Hardware should support virtualization technology, costlier and really bad console. Type 2 is more an application installed on an open operating system and not directly on the bare metal. Example: a VirtualBox and VMware workstation runs on a greater array of hardware because the underlying host OS is controlling hardware access. Easy user interface, data can be secured on the desktop. Disadvantages are decreased security, loss of centralized management, lower VM density, cannot support as many as VMs are as the first type. There are two images, type 1 and type 2. Thank you.